fault, it's the fault of an overburdened system. Too few caseworkers, too few dollars, too many children in need. Out of grief and panic after Jamie's death, Mario altered her official records. She admits it. She's sorry for it. Find her guilty on that charge, not on the charge of endangering Jamie's life. Jamie slipped through a crack in the system. Blame the system. Blame the man who killed Jamie. But don't blame the social worker.
Mario Plummer was the crack in the system. She was the one whose job was to look after Jamie. She failed to do her job. If she made any one of this, she followed the way she made one of the calls, Jamie would be alive. She tried to back on him. That is self-engagement. This time must blame the social worker. Find Mario guilty as a message to her, and introduce the question to the city and the state that the death of you, one child, is unacceptable. We're going to worry. We're going to worry. We're going to
Well, as promised, I did say I was going to give y'all a video today. If you guys follow me on Facebook or Twitter or anything like that, then you would know what this video might consist of. That little clip earlier I saw when it first came on, I was watching Law & Order. It was an episode that I previously saw, but it's just shocking how stuff happened and whatnot. But yeah. Anyway, so lately I've been putting up different things talking about how I'm moving and everything and whatnot. To be honest, I might be moving a little bit earlier than what I put. I put the 31st of January, but it might be a little bit earlier than that. I'm not sure yet. I'll probably find that out later or whatever. But my intentions at first was just to move out there and just to get out of South Carolina. I'm gonna explain that in a minute, but just to get out of South Carolina. But then I said if I go out there and I have a reason, a more legitimate reason, then it won't be as bad, and I can work my way up to where I'm trying to be. Not saying that I can't do what I want to do, but I'm taking a better step to get to where I want to get, if you understand. So, the whole thing about me trying to get away from South Carolina, it's not really South Carolina itself, it's some of the people. It is South Carolina because I have a degree in something, and to be honest, you really can't get nothing out here in South Carolina with the degree I got, mainly because it's a very small place, and where I live at, it's the country, and I would have to move somewhere else in order to find a good job with my degree that I have. Or go back to school and get a higher degree in the same thing that I have. But at the same time, you have to realize something. Why should I have to go back to school to get something else when I already have something, I understand, the higher the education, the more pay you get. But at the same time, if no one's willing to give you the experience, how can you, get where you're trying to get? So that was one of the things that I kind of, it strayed from me, and I didn't want to do it no more. So I kind of just said, forget about school and whatnot. And so something else caught my interest, and I'm like, since this caught my interest, and I know for a fact that it's something that's going to get me further into the future with what I'm trying to do, why not do it, So basically that's what I did, and successfully I did get accepted to a school out in California. So that's a stepping stone. Besides, I was just going to try and move out there, but that is a stepping stone that I have taken, and now successfully I will be moving out there because I got accepted to a college out there. So that's a detour, but a stepping stone into a better future. So if you follow me, you know I do music, I produce, I do graphics, I do basically anything when it comes to music, you know. And I think being in South Carolina and all these rappers and singers and producers and DJ, all that, you know, they don't really work with you unless they're getting paid. I mean, I understand, yeah, you know, if you're trying to make that your job, you want to get paid for your services, but at the same time, if South Carolina can be a little more like California, more like Atlanta, New York, you always see people from New York working with each other. You always see people from Atlanta working with each other. You know, people in California working with each other, Texas, I mean, all these other states, and people are working with each other, and they creating a buzz together, not just by themselves. And I think that being here in this state, it's holding me back from my full potential. Yeah, I've done plenty of things when it came out with music. Everybody knows. I posted on Facebook, I posted on Twitter. You know the things that I've done with music and how far I've gotten, but I feel like now I'm being held back. I can't stand waking up into this state anymore. I can't stand waking up knowing that it's going to be the same thing. I want to expect new things to happen. I want to expect, you know, something great to happen. And being here in this state is just not going to cut it anymore, because you got too many people who for themselves and not for everything else. They just want to do what they do and call it a day. And I understand that, but at the same time, you got to realize something. The more your network is built, the more successful you can be. When it comes to being in the entertainment business, 90% of it is built and based off of your network. The other 10% is just on the music or whatever you do, whether you're a producer, a singer, a rapper, a dancer, a promoter, a manager, whatever. 90% of that is all about having a good network and you being able to back yourself. Now, the way to get a network is you have to offer something. And it don't even have to be money. It could just be something you offer to this one or that one, you know, on the things that you can provide. You know, that is a network. That network is that's your net worth. Your network is your net worth. That's how much you can bring in. I mean, and having a network is everything. Having a network is any and everything possibly human that you can do, you know. And for everybody that out there who thinks, well, I'm just going to do this on my own, well, you can go ahead and you can do that on your own, but ultimately, you're going to have a network. You need a network to back you up. And out here in South Carolina, you can't do that. You can't. There are a selected few that I'll be like, listen, you part of my network, man. Whenever something go down, I got you. That's understandable. But at the same time, if you don't have anybody who's willing to help you build that network, you don't have nobody who's willing to basically be there for that whole networking thing, basically you're wasting your time. And I feel like every morning that I do wake up, I'm wasting my time because people out here don't want to work with each other. They really don't. So that was my reason. But I am going to California. I've been accepted to a school, and I'm getting stuff ready to, so I can get up out of here. And it's just, it goes from there. Whatever happens, happens. You gotta be willing to leave in order to create. You can't stay somewhere and create something that you can't create in that area. You gotta leave somewhere and go somewhere you can create it, and that's what I'm trying to do. So, yeah. Signing off, and I gotta do what I gotta do. Love me, hate me, whatever. Alright. Peace.
Could you tell me all the secrets that you kept from me? The secrets that you kept might make my heart bleed. Why should I change? I'm still the same person, only difference is I know when my time is coming. And it's funny, the ones that all disappear decide to come back because my life end is near. That should never be the reason why you decide to come back, because that is something that you can't come back. It's a fact that everyone will start to act strange because they know life ends in the day. Instead, celebrate that life that just might end tonight, because at least they can say they had a wonderful life, alright?
I was dying, wouldn't change you.